stop for a moment. This is a personal heart wellness experience that every adult over 35 should hear. This story could save a life. My name is Khalifa, and what I am about to share is not hearsay, not theory, and not something I read in a book. It is my real-life experience, my personal heart wellness journey, one that could have ended very differently if not for timely medical intervention. A few years ago, I was living what most people would describe as a normal, healthy life. I was active, I exercised, I went about my daily routine without limitation. I did not suffer from any serious or debilitating illness. Nothing about my lifestyle suggested that I was in danger, and that, perhaps, was the most dangerous part. The only thing I noticed was a mild discomfort, a slight pain around my mouth and neck region. It was intermittent. It was never dramatic. Whenever I took a simple pain reliever, it disappeared. So, like many people would, I ignored it. After more than a week of this recurring discomfort, I decided to see my doctor, not out of fear, but simply to be cautious. That single decision changed everything. Like millions of people around the world, I had already been diagnosed with high blood pressure and was taking medication to control it. I believed everything was under control. I believed I was safe. I was wrong. During the examination, nothing unusual was found in my neck. No swelling, no muscle strain, no obvious explanation for the discomfort. However, I was advised to undergo a Doppler scan, just to rule things out. I went for the scan expecting reassurance. Instead, I received a warning. The consultant radiologist conducting the Doppler study carefully reviewed the images. My neck muscles were normal. My lymph nodes were normal. But then he paused. His expression changed. He informed me that he had identified something concerning. The issue was not in my neck at all. It was in my carotid artery, one of the major blood vessels supplying blood to the brain. Further evaluation revealed something deeply unsettling. My left carotid artery had more than 75% narrowing due to soft plaque buildup. My right carotid artery was also significantly narrowed, over 70%. At that moment, a frightening realization settled in. I had been walking around, living normally, completely unaware that a stroke could have occurred at any time. I took the detailed report back to my general practitioner. He reviewed it carefully. His reaction was immediate. Without hesitation, he referred me to a cardiologist for urgent evaluation. When the cardiologist reviewed the Doppler findings, he looked at me and asked a simple question. "Are you experiencing any symptoms?" I said no. He looked genuinely surprised. With that degree of arterial narrowing, he expected some warning signs. To eliminate any doubt, he ordered a CT angiography to confirm the findings. When the CT scan results came back, they mirrored the Doppler report almost exactly. There was no mistake. The diagnosis was clear. The narrowing was significant. The risk was real. Urgent medical management was necessary, and surgical intervention was being seriously considered. At that moment, the reality became heavier. This was no longer a theoretical risk. This was a silent condition that had been progressing without obvious symptoms. Based on medical advice, I traveled abroad for further evaluation and specialist consultation. After returning, I followed every instruction carefully. I remained compliant with my prescribed medications. I maintained structured exercise. I adjusted my lifestyle where necessary. But something inside me was unsettled. I am a chemist. I graduated over 40 years ago. My training has always taught me to ask questions, not to reject medical science, but to understand mechanisms. I began asking myself, what was the biochemical foundation of this condition? What processes were involved in plaque formation? And within the boundaries of medical safety, what could I do to support vascular health alongside my prescribed treatment? That question led me deeper. And that research led me to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is not a supplement. It is not a miracle pill. It is a naturally produced molecule within the human body, essential for vascular health. It plays a critical role in relaxing blood vessels, improving circulation, and supporting endothelial function. As I studied the science, I discovered something fascinating. Many everyday foods, natural kitchen ingredients, support the body's ability to produce nitric oxide. Vegetables, fruits, certain spices. Not in a magical way, not as a replacement for medication, but as physiological support for vascular function. So I made disciplined adjustments. I continued my prescribed medication, but I intentionally incorporated specific foods, drinks, teas, and smoothies into my daily routine, all selected based on biochemical rationale. Months passed. Follow-up imaging was performed, and the results showed measurable improvement on both sides of my carotid arteries. The progression had changed direction. Even my doctors were surprised. When they asked what I had done, I explained carefully. I showed them my routine. I showed them my structured approach. And one statement remained with me. You need to share this journey. That moment planted the seed for this channel, and for the book I am currently writing. Because millions of adults over 40 are walking around today without visible symptoms. They feel fine, until suddenly they are not. Very often the first warning is catastrophic. This channel exists for awareness, for responsibility, for education, not as medical advice, not as a substitute for professional care, but as lived experience, responsibly shared. If this story encourages even one person to schedule a medical evaluation, if it prompts someone over 40 to request a vascular check, if it prevents one silent stroke, then sharing this journey is worth it. This is my heart wellness journey, and it may help protect yours. Remember, cardiovascular disease is often silent and progressive. Many people carry significant arterial narrowing for years without visible symptoms. They feel fine. They function normally. Until suddenly, they do not. Very often, the first warning sign is catastrophic. Do not wait for symptoms. Be proactive. Schedule proper medical evaluation. Ask informed questions. Know your numbers. Understand your vascular status. This channel exists for awareness, responsibility, and education, grounded in science, personal experience, and respect for medical guidance. Stay tuned for consistent heart wellness insights based on physiology, not hype. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for structured daily content. And watch for my upcoming book on Amazon KDP, My Heart Wellness Journey, How I Restored My Heart Health Using Natural Support Alongside Medical Treatment. Coming soon. Your heart is not optional. Protect it deliberately.